Hi out there, it's me, Breanna, and you are listening to That Time We Got Reincarnated as an anime podcast. This is episode 9. You can find us at youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia and podcast services. If you want to show Save the Game Media some extra love and get early access to all of our content, including this podcast, and sometimes we even do post shows, you can go to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and join for just $1. Pretty good deal.
$1.
Or if you want to get real crazy, you can do a free trial for $3
For 7
last
days.
1 week. Um, today I'm joined by my co-host and friend Kyle. Now, Kyle, I have to tell you my intrusive thought that I had. So,
Yeah.
when we click, when we click record in our podcasting like studio thing, right? There is approximately a quarter to a half a second that it records before it plays the intro. And the software doesn't clip that out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's just like this little blip of seeing our faces before it starts recording.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that it also records audio for just that tiny second too. So I was so tempted to just scream really loud, so all you hear is this like ah! So it's like really loud, and then the intro plays, and then I'd
I
come
don't
back
think
and be totally normal.
I don't think anyone would enjoy that. Not a single person.
I would have thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, it probably would have been, but I don't imagine anyone that like tunes in and listens, especially for like the first time and hears
Yeah. Hey, I didn't.
before.
I didn't do it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't
I
let the
guess
intrusive thoughts win.
I guess that's an accomplishment, you know.
How are you today?
Tired but good. Been watching a lot of stuff,
Yeah,
not
I'd
just seasonal
imagine.
stuff.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear about it. What have you been watching? Not
Oh,
seasonal stuff. I'm
you want to
curious. Yeah, no,
you
I
want
just
to
want
just
to
go
jump
right
in
into
because I'm
it?
curious.
All right. So I finished a show that aired in 2018 called Slow Start,
Okay.
which is a comedy, cute girls doing cute things, slice of life kind of thing. And it's
Mm.
about this girl named Hannah who uh, she gets like the mumps or something right before her high school entrance exams. And so
Mm-hmm.
she's not able to take them. And then she ends up having like a whole gap year where she just studies. And then she enters high school a year older than everyone else in her class.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of, it kind of like makes her really shy and nervous and everything. And then she gets some friends, and then they do the typical thing that happens in these shows. Nothing like outrageous. I mean, it was good. It was nothing like revolutionary, but it was enjoyable to watch.
Okay, that's good.
All the characters were different enough. There was one named Tama who was like the super energetic, like hyper one of the group. There was Kamu who was like the really small, cute girl who was like soft spoken but like super funny at the same time. And then there was like Aiko who flirted with everyone in the show is gay. Like they don't like
Okay,
come out and say it, but literally they're all gay.
love it.
A- Aiko at one point, she like has a crush on their teacher who's a girl, and she's totally my type, and she's like constantly like flirting with her, like trying to do anything, getting embarrassed. But yeah, no, they're all there's a recluse shut-in who lives like in the second floor of their like apartment building. It's fun. It's a very fun and silly show. It's nothing too serious. But I liked it. So I finished
Good.
that. And then I also finished another thing from 2018, a slice of life comedy called Crossing Time. So this one was 12 episodes, but it was one of those ones. I don't know if you've watched many series like this, but each
Oh, this
episode's
is
like three
sent
to
me a video of.
Yeah, each episode
Anyways.
is 3 to 4 minutes long, so it's like
Oh,
really short, really quick to get through. But it's basically just a series of like characters that meet at like this crosswalk of a train. And then they have like funny interactions and conversations. And I sent you the one video of the two girls interacting, and that was very funny. So I got through that really quickly. That was funny. It was nothing like super spectacular, but I enjoyed most of the comedic pairings that they had. There was one that wasn't really super, like I didn't really care about. It wasn't that funny, but since it was 3 minutes, I got past it pretty quick. And then I'm still going here.
okay.
I watched a show from 2019. I think it was called like Josie Kosai or something. I think that's what it was.
Jose,
Yeah,
like
Jose. Um,
woman. Yeah.
um, and so this one is also 3 minutes per episode.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
but this, but the thing about this one is that they're all like the whole episode is like mute, kinda. Like they don't speak any actual words in any of the episodes. They just do all
Uh-huh.
like all the comedy through like their interactions or like facial expressions and stuff. Um, so it was fun. It was definitely different. Um, Although I guess in the final episode they do say one line, or like one word, anyways. Um, I liked Crossing Time more than I liked this one, but I still watched it, still enjoyed it. It was enjoyable. And then I just started. I'm 2 episodes in. Well, 3 episodes in now. I started watching Miss Vampire, Who Lives in My Neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I've not heard of that one either.
This series is fantastic so far.
Looks like a
I
really cute show.
I love it. So the girls hear like rumors of this like haunted like mansion where like a living doll girl lives or whatever in like the forest. And so one of the girls who loves dolls goes out into the forest. And while she's out there, she meets another girl and tells her that she's lost. And then the girl is a vampire and like flies her to the city. She's not freaking out or anything because she's like, wow, this other girl's really pretty. She looks like a doll. And then she does like funny interactions. She's like totally obsessed with the vampire, and the vampire is like afraid of her at the beginning, like because she's so into her.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, just super very good comedy, very funny interactions, but also just enjoyable to watch. So
It does. I will say it does look really cute.
yeah.
This looks like it is actual, like just straight up Yuri.
Like
Based on this image I just saw in Google.
So the theme song literally has them like kissing each other on the cheek or like entwined while sleeping and like all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, is it Yuri? Is it not? I don't know. I don't really care. I hope it is. But I really like it so far.
Okay.
So I'll finish that probably like tomorrow.
Alrighty. Well, I love this one for you, especially because it's really cute.
Yeah.
I will say,
Yeah,
I can't remember what those shorter episodes, like the shorter anime are called. They have a word for it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they do.
they also have like a word because they're usually based off of the 4-panel manga, which I think is
Yep.
called the Yonkoma, I believe is what those are
Yeah,
called. But I can't ever remember what the anime is called, but there is a word for it. I just don't watch those anime very often. What are they called? Short form.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm trying
Quick
to find.
Google. Oh
Um,
my god, I love Tsurezure Children.
I like that one too.
That show is so fantastic. It's so funny.
The best episode of that one is when the girl and I'm not gonna say who it is, but she's like, "I'll confess to you tomorrow," and then she runs away. That gets me every time. It's so good.
I need to watch that. We should rewatch that.
It's so good. That show. Oh, I watched that just randomly, and I was like, "This is really good."
Yeah, it is really, really good.
But
Episodes. What are they called?
I can't remember. I couldn't find it. I just gave me a bunch of recommendations for like short series. But I also, I continued watching the seasonals. I again liked Kaiju number 8 this week.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
Yeah,
can we talk about the bowl cut hair dude? I can't remember his name right this very second. He's so hot.
Oh, the vice
The vice
captain.
captain. He is like, I have the biggest crush.
He goes from like super nerdy dork like comedy to like the biggest like death, like he's gonna mess you up kind of guy in like 2 seconds, and it's so cool. He's so cool. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Dude, he's so hot. Like, I would let him beat me up. Dude, okay, I have to tell you something. Okay, really quick. It's called Tanpen. Tanpen. Tanpen anime.
That's what it is.
Which just means that it's shorter than our normal anime episode.
Yeah.
So it can be longer than the 5 minutes or 4 minutes or whatever, but it's shorter than a normal episode. Which surprisingly, there's a lot of anime that's actually considered that, because some anime, what happens is that it'll get paired, like 2 episodes come out in 1 episode, and those are technically Tanpen episodes as well. So like Saiki K is technically one, because it's like 2 episodes back to back.
There was another series that's like 12 minutes long too. It had the girl with like purple hair, and she falls in love with the guy. You know what I'm talking about. She has to like study or whatever, but she keeps getting distracted.
Oh, and then her dad's like a hentai writer.
And then her dad's like the tiniest little creepy dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what that's called, but that show kind of was awful, but like in a good way.
I really liked it.
Terrible.
But where was I? No, I was watching the seasonals, and I was watching Kaiju number 8. And Shinomi is so cool. She's just so cool.
She's so cool.
Like her and Ishikawa's development, like as characters. I mean, even what's his face? Kafka has gotten better the last few episodes. And I think it's just because it's been more serious and they haven't been doing the stupid comedy stuff that I hate. But like he was totally fine this episode. I was like, thank you. I was like, finally, you wrote like a good character.
I don't agree with you, because he's great all the time.
No, the beginning, his character in the beginning reminds me of how I felt about Asta from Black Clover in the beginning.
I hate Asta.
Where I didn't like them.
Asta makes me want to punch somebody in an unironic way.
But anyways, yeah, today's episode was super cool. Shinomi is just awesome. She's the best part of the show. Still continues to be the best part of the show. Well, what else did Misfit of Demon King Academy. I keep watching. I have almost no idea what's happening. Like, if you were like, Kyle, can you explain the plot? I'd be like, there's some dragons. There's an underground city. The girls all slept in the same bed with him at one point. He was naked. I don't really know what happened. And then if they were like, what's the overall plot of this season? I'd be like, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But I keep watching it. So, that's something. Just for those moments where Anos goes, super cool.
Super Saiyan, God Super Saiyan.
Yeah. My Hero was okay this week. It's just kind of like
behind on that.
It's just kind of like it was kind of like a setup for next week. That's gonna be super cool. Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night was good. I didn't Have to
Did
cry
we?
my eyes out this week.
Did they resolve it? I just want to know. I haven't seen it.
Do you want me to tell you?
I do. I just want to know if they
No.
resolved the fight. They didn't.
No. No.
No.
This this episode is mostly a May and Kano focused episode with some Kiwi stuff.
So messed up.
And then next week looks like it's going to be a Kiwi focused episode. And so I'm like, are you saving the Yoru and Kano stuff till the finale? Don't do this to me.
They're gonna make you sit here for weeks just being sad.
I know. But it was good. It was there's a part in it where I got very, very happy, but it was also like it was like horrible to listen to at the same time. I mean that in the nicest way, because the VA who was singing killed it. She crushed it. It was great. But no, that continues to be like my favorite show of this season. So good. Train to the Underworld still great. Wolf and Spice still great. A Condition Called Love still good. Actually, that was super cute this week. Did you watch it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, how dare you? How?
I'm just behind. You know.
Yeah,
Listen.
I know.
Wait till you get to my updates. You're gonna be thrilled with what I've been doing.
Oh, okay. Trying to think what else. Konosuba is just Konosuba, but I don't know. They keep changing stuff from the light novel. That's like whatever, but it's still funny. So, yeah, I don't know. I watched the seasonals and then I was binge watching the other stuff.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've had a successful anime week. I have had quite literally the opposite.
I'm not surprised.
I have not had a successful week with anime. I did catch up on Kaiju number 8 besides today's. So I'm like 1 week behind, which is normal every time we record because we record before I'm able to sit with my family and watch.
Yeah, because it comes out today.
Yeah. I might be caught up on Train to the End of the World. Can't confirm because I can't remember if I watched this week's or not.
What was the last episode? Like, what happened vaguely in the last episode you watched?
We finally got to see the.
No, you're behind. You're behind.
Princess.
Okay. You're behind. You're behind by one episode.
Okay. Yeah, that's normal. What else? Oh, we are still watching. My family and I are watching Mushoku Tensei. We're in season 1. I hate how awkward the show is. I forgot that he like assaults Eris in her sleep, which is real great to watch with your family.
Are you talking about in the farm like scene?
Yeah, in the stable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He grows a lot. He changes a lot as it goes on, thankfully.
Yes, he does.
Which is nice. But yeah,
but it doesn't change how awkward it is.
No, I mean he's kind of a piece of garbage in the beginning, right? So,
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's great. I'm also caught up on Demon Slayer. Besides today's.
Tomorrow's. Demon Slayer.
Oh, is it Sundays? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Besides tomorrow's then. Which is great. I love that.
Is it great?
I love it. I love how much I can't even remember his name right now. The Miss Hashira. I love how excited he gets around Tanjiro. He's like, it's you. It's so cute.
Yeah, he's super mean and like harsh to everyone else, and then he turns to like Tanjiro.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you got a bromance going on.
Yeah, it's cute. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. He gets to hang out with Mitsuri. So
the best Hashira.
I don't know about that.
The best.
I don't know about that. I do love her, but I don't know if she's the best.
It's her and then like Snake Boy.
You're crazy.
I really like Snake Boy.
I like him too. None of the Hashira that I dislike, to be fair.
I don't really
No,
like the big stone like guy that's
he's
always
kind of just
crying.
spooky.
He's
I feel
weird.
I feel like we'll get to know him better soon, and then we'll like him. But he's
Yeah,
just
like
kind of, at this point, he's like spooky.
when he dies.
Probably, yeah.
I
Go ahead.
I am so like worried about Demon Slayer because like Shinobu and Kano haven't been like in the episodes in a while, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like this isn't a good sign. Don't do this to me.
Yep.
Because not Shinobu, but the other one's my favorite character.
Yep.
So.
I've been spoiled again. On the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, you guys are literally the worst. Whoever reads the Jujutsu Kaisen manga chapters the day it comes out, you guys are the capital T capital D, the degenerates of the internet.
Can't believe they all
Hate you
died.
all. Hate you all. Not happy about that. But on the topic of Jujutsu Kaisen, I know that you haven't seen it, Kyle. But do you know who Nanami is?
The girl?
No, like the hold on.
I know who the like
Hold
brown
on, I
short
got the
haired
image
girl
for you.
is.
I got the image for you. Okay, you ready? So
I'm
I saw this
Google.
video
Yeah.
from there's a
Well,
podcast called Shits and Gigs. They're really funny. Really enjoy them. They have a they were talking about this meme with Nanami. Here, I will share my screen. I thought this was so funny that I have to show you guys. Okay, so there's this fight. This is like, I guess, mild spoilers. It doesn't really show the fight. This is Nanami grabbing another person's hair. This is part of the fight, right? So somebody tweeted this image, and this is part of a fight called the Shibuya incident. And somebody tweeted out like, they were like, if he grabbed me, they were like, oh, he's so strong because how did he not reach over and reach into his pants? They would have had a real Shibuya incident on their hands if it was me.
this is what you had to tell me.
And I couldn't stop laughing because I was like, oh, you would
Get
have had a
help.
real Shibuya incident.
Get help. By the way,
It's so funny.
I googled his name in Jujutsu Kaisen and immediately got spoiled on things.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't Google none of me if you don't want spoilers.
Not that I'm ever gonna watch that show, but
Oh my god, he's so hot. Anyways. So yeah, that was really funny to me. So that's what I had to tell you guys because I could not stop laughing at that. There's also other memes that I've been sending Kyle because I can't stop laughing at
I'm glad you
the
had fun at least,
Yeah, right. Like no, the video that I sent you where he's like, and then suddenly they're gay.
This is your friend in cosplay.
Dude, okay, so there's this guy. I'll have to look up his handle's like Professor Lando or something like that. He streams on Twitch, but what he does is he has a classroom set up where he streams like he talks about degenerate anime terms, like hentai terms, basically, right? So he's talking about like this. He's like, there's a slippery rule where it's like your friend that's a dude dresses up in cosplay. Clearly they look
hot.
They look hot, right? So if that happens, then do you have a crush on your friend? And then it's like, okay, and then he starts taking his clothes off, and then it's a naked version of this character, and then it's like he takes all his clothes off, and all of a sudden it's gay.
Then that's just your bro, and
this
gay.
is your bro naked.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm sorry guys. I just can't stop laughing at it. So the guy's name is Professor Lando. You can find him on TikTok and on Instagram, and of course on YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, that's what he does. And
I deal with everyone Monday through Monday.
I just have been sending these videos to Kyle because I can't stop laughing. He did like a visual like representation with fruit of like what a futon is and stuff. Dude, this guy is so funny.
Have you watched anything else?
Anime wise, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm like, I think 1 to 2 weeks behind, which is usually what happens on most anime. Haven't really been watching a lot. I will tell you though, which is what I said you'll be real excited about.
It's gonna be something dumb, isn't it?
I'm reading my Harry Potter fan fiction finally.
No,
The one that's
no, I'm
almost
not.
as long. It's
I'm
only
not
10,000
excited.
words shorter
I'm
than the
not
Bible.
excited. I'm not excited about this. Use your time better.
It's really, you guys.
Use your
So
time
it's called Lily's
better.
Boy. It's
No,
an
we don't need.
AU.
We don't need to know. We
It's an
don't need to
AU off of
know.
the 3rd year, and I'm in the 4th year now. And you guys, this fan fiction is so good. I really recommend reading it. Listen, it's only like 740 or 50,000 words. It's not that bad.
Get help. just get help. Do better.
Listen.
Do better.
I am having such a great time. So
She's coping. She's inhaling the copium. She doesn't know
I'm
what she's
not.
saying.
I'm not. I'm like legit. Like this is all I've been doing for the past like 3 days now. And I'm having a really great time. So
Move on. Just move on. I have nothing else to say.
okay. So now we have made it to the news, and we've got actually some pretty big news stories. I'll read the first one because it's really, really
Thank
big.
God, because I didn't want to.
Yeah, I figured. So you guys, the big news, Gainax has actually filed for bankruptcy. And I know you're like, is that big news? Maybe some people don't know who Gainax is. Gainax is a really, really big studio. They have a lot of history in the anime industry. If you know Trigger Animation, Trigger actually split off of Gainax. And so like a lot of that company is from Gainax, and so it's not just Gainax that is kind of affected, well, not directly affected by this. It's the history of Gainax is kind of stretched across the anime industry, not just within the studio itself. So some of the ones you may know, I think they're like most popular ones, is they have Neon Genesis Evangelion. That one's a huge one. A lot of people have seen that one. Panning and Stalking with Garter Belts. That's another one. And then Gurren Lagann is another huge one that they worked
Holy
on.
Cooley.
Fooly Cooley is a huge one. Yeah. So there's a bunch more. There's like Appleseed. There's yeah. Anyways, it's a really big list. And so this is actually pretty big news. So we have some information from a statement from Gainax and a statement from what is the Kara, which is like a different company that's related to Gainax. That's another split off. Anyways, here we go. A lot of reading. I apologize in advance. Gainax explained that its financial situation worsened starting in about 2012 due to various factors, including managing a restaurant that did not meet projections, establishing a mismanaged CG company, giving large unsecured loans to executives, and running its business operations as if it were a small personal venture. Gainax said that due to massive debts incurred by management, it was removed from production committees after not paying royalties. And it was sued for debt and other matters. I just want to pause there for a moment because I cannot believe that they gave large unsecured loans to executives. Is that like a normal company thing?
No, that's not how you run a business.
Okay, I have never in my entire life, I'm not an executive, never been around an executive. That doesn't seem to be a way to run a business, but I wouldn't be surprised if companies did that. I don't know.
No good companies do that.
That's crazy. Don't do that, you guys. Anyways, continuing on, during this worsening financial situation, many affiliated companies were established under the Gainax name in regional areas, which led to many resignations at Gainax itself and the resulting loss of its capacity to produce animation as a studio. I assume that they're talking about the Trigger split off, at least in part. With Gainax claiming these companies as relinquished their administrative responsibilities. So Gainax's statement also claimed that Tomohiro Maki, who had been its head since 1992, transferred shares to a person, quote, with no knowledge of filmmaking production, end quote, in 2018, a move that had the approval of management at the time. Maki was then arrested in December of 2019 for semi-coerced indecent acts, causing the company to, quote, completely lose its ability to operate while still being saddled with a large amount of debt, end quote. So basically, the studio head that has been in charge for 26 years was not a good guy. TLDR on that. After Gainax revamped its management team in February of 2020, the company stated it began reviewing documents to fully understand its situation alongside the studio Kara as a creditor. The companies discovered large amounts of borrowing from financial institutions, defaults on debts to companies in the animation industry, and the sales and transfers of intellectual property and production materials to other companies and individuals without the permission of the original rights holder. They have since been unable to resolve the large amount of debt, and after they were sued by a debt collection company in May, the company decided it could no longer continue as a business and filed for bankruptcy. Final point here. Following Maki's arrest, Kara president Hideaki Anno requested the collaboration of Kadokawa, King Records, and Studio Trigger to, quote, prevent damage to the reputation, end quote, of Evangelion and other works. Representatives from those companies were appointed as board directors at Gainax, and they worked to try to understand the situation and resolve unpaid debts in studios, writers, and creators in the animation industry. However, by the time this new management team understood the overall situation, Gainax was already at a state of insolvency with unmanageable debts. Kara said that in order to ensure that creators, original authors, and writers can continue to manage and produce their own works in the future, it and Gainax are working with each production committee to confirm, organize, and transfer the rights to either companies or individuals that they believe are the most suited. So basically, they're going to be passing off whatever intellectual rights that they have for their products, like Evangelion, stuff like that, to other studios to try and save those. Bad. Also, this comes from Anime News Network.
Yeah, I don't know how you run a business so poorly for that many years and no one discovers like the red flag earlier. Their last like co-production I think was in 2016 to 2018 with something else. It was like for an OVA or whatever.
Yeah, they haven't produced an anime in years, like over 10
well,
years.
they financially can't. And it makes sense why they sold licensed out Evangelion to like Netflix and all this other stuff. But it sounds like they were doing a lot of shady stuff.
Really shady stuff.
Transferring rights of IPs without people's knowledge to sometimes just individuals. I'm sure the courts, now that they're in bankruptcy and they've defaulted on everything, will sort out who owns what. Or if no one claims it, people will be able to buy them because they'll be up for grabs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sucks that, and something that's been part of the industry for so long is gone. But at the same time,
such a horrible way too.
Yeah, at the same time, it clearly was mismanaged from the get-go. And, hopefully the IPs can just go to better stewarders of it and, they'll get more benefit from that than sitting and rotting away at whatever this place was doing with them.
Man, you'd hope so. I hope that Gurren Lagann goes to Trigger because I think that a lot of the people that worked on Gurren Lagann went to Trigger.
I think I think that and some other stuff should go to Trigger. I think some of the other stuff should probably just revert back to like the author, and they should be able to license it out to whoever they want.
Yep. Man, it sounds like they're doing their best to like take care of those properties, so that way it's like everything.
Did it say? It didn't say a number of how much debt they had, did it?
No, it didn't, but they did say in the article, it did say that that Kara like evaluated the debts because they were like trying to help Gainax, and they said that
Yeah,
the debts were too much for them to take on. Like they couldn't pay the debts because there
yeah.
were so many.
Well, I mean,
So
when they went to Katakawa and Trigger and all that to try to get some help or whatever,
yeah,
if
so that wasn't
Katakawa,
for money. That wasn't for
no,
money.
yeah, but if they can't guide you out of a situation that you're in, especially
Yeah.
Katakawa, that's like huge in everything,
Mm-hmm.
um, then your business isn't meant for this world. I'm sorry,
No.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yep. So it sounds like it's like really, really bad. So I doubt that anybody's even going to try and buy the company. So we'll see. Okay. Do you want to
All
do the
right,
next one?
Neko Karage,
Yep.
the real name Erica
Akita.
Akita. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, is that an L? I'm like,
Ikeda. Ake. Okay.
I think it's Akita.
Like,
The artist
no,
of
wait,
one of
hold
the
on.
manga
Ikeda. That's what it would
Ikeda,
be. There we go.
the author of one of the manga adaptations of the Apothecary Diaries light novels, pleaded guilty to tax evasion. Wow, everyone is committing crimes apparently. What is happening?
This is like the second or third mangaka that's like been committed, like has been like charged with tax evasion. Like this is
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So during the hearing, Neko Karage admitted that the charges and stated that they had no intention of evading the tax payments and that they were planning to pay it all at once later. That's a very very bad excuse. The prosecution claimed Neko Karage consulted a tax accountant, but felt that filing the tax return was troublesome, and instead prioritized the manuscript with its nearing deadline.
yeah.
What? This is real? How do you
Yeah.
do this?
They're like, I gotta get to
Yeah.
my deadline.
On February 29th, on suspicion of not declaring approximately 260 million yen, so about 1.6 million US dollars in income, and evading about 47 million yen, 298,887 US dollars in taxes from 2019 to 2021, according to the National Tax Bureau. The tax evaded money, which includes income earned from manga sales, was used to purchase real estate. Oh my goodness. What are people doing? Just pay your taxes. You're clearly making money.
Like,
Just pay
so
your
much money.
taxes. Why ruin your I mean, I'm sure they can sort this out. They can have them just pay
I'm
it or
sure they won't go to
whatever.
prison, right? I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, I doubt it. They'll probably be fined and have like interest or whatever. Pay all their taxes. But just what are you doing? For real.
It's just yeah, that's a lot of money. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I'm sure it's not that much, right? And then I saw the amount, and I was like, oh my god, like 300,000 US dollars of taxes they didn't pay over
Over
3 years.
3 years. I was gonna pay it all later, Your
I was
Honor.
gonna take care of it later, you guys. I had a deadline.
So so rather than like what are the equivalent of like small payments for someone successful,
Yeah.
their plan was, nah, I'm just gonna let it pile up and then give you millions of dollars, I guess.
Yep. Yep.
I just don't know how people think that they're gonna get away with this.
If
All
it
right,
weren't for
stop.
those meddling kids.
At least it was a manga adaptation author and not the actual author, I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
stop committing crimes, everyone. That's my advice.
that's crazy. Um, so next one is manga creator Mizuho Kusanagi confirmed on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday that Yona of the Dawn, which is Akatsuki no Yona, is in its final arc.
Oh my goodness, can we get more of the anime?
Dude, that anime
Please.
is so good.
It's
So
so
good.
good.
She ends up with the right
It's so
person, so I love it.
I mean, I only ever suspected that there was one choice for her to end up with.
No, they kind of sell it as like almost a harem. Almost.
I never got that vibe.
I guess it would be reverse harem, but anyways, I'm very excited that the manga is ending. Maybe we'll get a remake of the anime or a continuation of the anime. That would be great.
I'd rather just get a continuation. I don't think you need to remake it. I think
I don't
I
think
think
they
it's
need to
good
remake it
how it is.
either. It is, but if it's handed over to another studio, they might be like, "Well, we can do it different," So who knows?
All right, I get
Do you want to
this
read the
one.
next one?
Ugh. Ugh. Dark Souls is getting an original manga called Dark Souls Redemption from publisher Yen Press, which is due out in August. Writer Julian Blondell and artist Shonen will tell the tale of a woman whose dive into the brutal, uncompromising world of Dark Souls somewhat mirrors the path followed by players, but with a strange twist that it's a perfect fit for the creeping dread that characterizes the atmosphere of the games. That sounds awful.
Okay, you're wrong, first of all. Second of all, I'm convinced that I manifested this, you guys. I'm very convinced that I manifested this.
I've been getting YouTube ads that there's Dark Souls like anthology books and all this stuff for months.
No, this is a specific thing because what I was looking for is I was like, you know what?
Yeah,
I
you
really want
were.
to read because somebody was like, "Oh, is there Dark Souls fan fiction?" And I was like, "Of course." And then I
It
was
was
like, "No,
you.
wait a minute." Yeah. No, somebody asked me about it. And then I was like, "No,
Oh,
wait." Because I went down this rabbit hole where I was like, "I'm gonna find this Dark Souls."
yeah,
And as I
I
posted in the
remember.
Discord and I talked about it on No Limits, the internet failed me. There is no Dark Souls slash Bloodborne slash Sekiro, whatever. There's no fan fiction that was like that I could find that had what I was looking for, which is this. I wanted to see a character go through Dark Souls. Like I wanted like a story version of it.
I
And
prefer
now
I prefer
we
if
are
they just
getting it.
I'm happy for you. Are you gonna get it?
Oh yeah, I already pre-ordered it on Barnes and Noble.
Oh, perfect, cool. Good. I'm happy for you. I would prefer if they took all the main characters from those games, right? Just
Mhm.
throw them in a slice of life setting. Just let them hang out, you know? Let three dudes just
That would be
chilling,
fun.
you
That would be
know?
fun. I You'll be surprised to know that they actually do have that's what they have on the
Yeah,
fan
but I want an
fiction. Is
official
like the
one, you know?
characters hanging out.
I just
But they're
want an
hanging
official
out.
one.
They're all hanging out sexually. But
Yeah, see, I don't want
slice of
that.
life.
I just want bros being bros, you know?
Okay, I'm like I can't get over like what the Dark Souls like all of the Dark Souls fan fictions are like instead of like fighting all of the bosses, a character goes through and has sex with all the bosses. That's basically all of them. And I'm like, I didn't want this.
Sounds just as painful as playing the games.
Oh, the games are so good. I'm really, really excited that they're doing like the first Dark Souls though, because that game is so cool. Love it. Anyways, all of these stories, by the way, are from Anime News Network.
Anyways, get
Last
excited, you
one.
masochist.
Okay, so this last story, for context, the actual news story is that Crunchyroll has picked up Witch Hat Atelier for streaming rights. I flipped out because you guys, did any of you know that Witch Hat Atelier was getting an anime? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Apparently, this was announced in April of 2022. I'm
Sure was.
incredibly excited about it. Okay, the manga, the art is so beautiful. So beautiful. If you haven't, like, even if you don't want to read the manga, Google Witch Hat Atelier. The art is incredible, and I'm so excited for this anime. I really wanted to see this animated ever since I started reading this manga. And you guys, I'm very excited about this. So that's why I put this in all caps, a bunch of question marks, and I'm very excited about it.
I mean, I don't know. I like Googled images of the manga, and it's giving me what looks like volume 5 of this girl with pink hair, like jumping up in a cute pose.
Mm. Okay.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
some actual panels. Yeah, that's nice art.
The dude, the pan it's incredible. Like it's like breathtaking. Like the background sceneries, the way that they like the way that the office is, like the like I guess like yeah, the witch office and like all of that stuff. Like it's so pretty.
Well, I hope they do it justice.
Oh,
I'm feeling pretty low expectations for manga that I like getting good adaptations lately. So we will
yes.
see.
We will see. And even if it doesn't get a good adaptation, which I really, really, really hope it does, that's okay because guess what?
The
I'll still
manga's
like the
still good.
manga.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yep. It's so true. It's so true.
Yeah, but there's something cool about seeing it animated well.
Mm-hmm. There really is. There really, really
Not
is.
that I'd know.
So now that it's been a week since our last episode, I have to tell you the prank that I pulled. It was very
Prank?
small and it was very stupid, but I've been laughing the whole week about it. So I posted the video, right? For this like last week's episode, right? Um
Uh-huh.
in the hashtag, because like you have to do hashtags for YouTube. In the hashtags, I said hashtag BL is better than GL.
That's your prank.
Yeah, and I've been laughing about it all week now.
I mean, it's just not true though, you know.
And I had to tell you about it because you didn't notice, and I
Because
needed you to be.
I mean, I never would have noticed.
I know.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've looked at the tags of something.
Well, I will tell you, I do use hashtags very frequently to prank people like that. I think I've done like one that's like Kevin sucks or something. I've done something about Kevin. I think I can't remember, but yeah. I use the hashtags to prank very frequently. So
What's wrong with you? What happened? What made you like this?
what made me so funny? I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just natural talent.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I was getting at. You nailed it.
Yeah. You know what? I did nail it. Now that we're here, now that we're men, and we can grow mustaches.
Well, one of us can.
You don't know. Maybe I could.
Let's see it. Show me right now.
That would be crazy. Now that we're men, we changed our underwear.
What are you even talking?
Do you
Is
not
this
see the
going
SpongeBob
somewhere?
movie?
Is this going somewhere?
Yeah, it is. It's going somewhere. But have you not seen the SpongeBob movie?
I have.
Okay.
I
So you
need
do know what I'm talking about.
I need you to take this, move it over here, and
Anyways, I
move
was
on.
saying now that we're here, and then I remembered the Now That We're Men song. But the point is, now that we're here at the topic of the show, I realized that we never discussed what we should do as the topic of the show for today. We usually discuss it right before the episode to see what we feel like. So I don't know what to talk about here. So I'm open to ideas. We can pull from our list. We can pull a random other topic that's related to one of the stories.
Let
I'm
me get a
open.
quick look.
You're seeing, guys,
mean,
how the cookie crumbles live.
the cookie crumbles. I mean,
I should have just stuck with SpongeBob.
I'm cool to do our favorite ships or best magical girl.
Oh, I feel like I have to do research for favorite ships. Because otherwise,
You don't
all I'm
know.
gonna do is just sit
It's just
and talk
ship.
about Bakugo being shipped
It's
with a
just
bunch of people.
Bakugo and Deku, Bakugo
I
and
get
Todoroki,
no,
Bakugo and
those aren't even
Aizawa, Bakugo
no.
and
Those
All
aren't you haven't
Might,
even named my favorite one yet.
Bakugo and that fast guy.
No.
Who? The
Kirishima.
Genist?
Kirishima. Clearly, that is the right answer.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a right answer, but you know,
it is a right answer.
sure.
Deku obviously ends up with Todoroki. See, this is why I Well, you can't. We can't start this conversation. Otherwise, I'll only talk about My Hero Academia ships because it's the only one that I
Maybe we
follow
never do best ships
religiously.
because your ships aren't founded in reality.
Do you need me to give evidence for my ships? Because I will.
Yeah, as long as you don't mind me pulling up spoilers that just show you're wrong.
I can dream. I can dream. Anyways, still upset that Mineta's the only one that's confirmed to be queer, and he's also the worst character.
We get it. You hate grapes. Let's move.
I hate him so much. What was the other one that you suggested?
Best magical girls.
You still haven't watched Cardcaptor Sakura.
And there's other magical girls.
I don't know if you can have this conversation
Oh,
if you haven't watched Cardcaptor Sakura. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Then I don't know. You pick.
Okay. This one's easy. Best Ghibli film.
Did we do this one?
No. I delete them.
Oh. My Neighbor Totoro.
Okay. Give me more details. I need more information.
I just used to watch it growing up. It was on a lot. I feel like Totoro and Spirited Away were like the two Ghibli films that for some reason were always being played on television. And so I would watch them, and I like Spirited Away. I don't think Kevin likes Spirited Away. But
that's
Kevin,
crazy.
So. But then I didn't watch Totoro again until I was in college. And one of my friends in college was like, I don't like anime, but I love Totoro. And I was like, oh, Totoro's great. So then we would watch Totoro. So I really like it. Not because I think the story, I mean the story's good. I don't think it's the best animated Ghibli film or anything. I just like it because I've watched it a lot.
Yeah.
What about you?
See,
I've never seen The Boy and the Heron either yet. So.
Oh, you do need to watch that. I don't think that it'll change your opinion, to be very, very clear. But I do think it's a really, really good movie. Let's do this. Ghibli films. We should do a ranking list at some point because I think that would be fun. But
do it right now.
Ranking list? Okay, Ghibli films. Hold on. Films ranking list. What is that one website called? You're not talking about the one that Kevin always uses?
Tier Maker?
Thank you. Tier list.
You're welcome.
I mean, they're all S tier.
They're all S tier.
It's so true. You just repeat what I say and I agree with you. You guys, I'm funny.
I'm definitely not putting them all in S tier.
What? Why would they not all be S tier in films?
Because I don't.
Okay, to be very clear, somebody else did this.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to clear. So
you can just drag them to the bottom and then reorganize them. Yeah, I already know that. I already see some in here that I.
Okay, I want to be very, very clear. I'm using D tier, one for organization purposes, but I'm also going to use it for movies that I haven't seen because I'm already seeing, I think, 2 that I haven't seen here. One of them is my bad. The other one I didn't know existed. Anyways, any hoozles. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so first is Spirited Away, clearly S tier, right?
I agree.
Okay. I will say, I really do love Spirited Away. I could definitely argue that it is my favorite Ghibli film. I don't think it is. I think that there's 1 or 2 that kind of just barely get over Spirited Away, but I do think that this film is incredible. I think that there's so many as there is with most Ghibli films, I think there's a lot of analogies in there. There's a lot to be read into. There's a lot to pull out of it from rewatching. There's so much. I can talk about Spirited Away forever. Next
It's
we
just
have,
so good.
it's so incredible. It's so incredible. Next we have Princess Mononoke. Now, I will
Is
personally say this is,
that
go
where
ahead.
you're putting that?
Well, it is an S tier film.
It's an A
Um,
tier film.
that's not true. This is one of the films that I will say is one of the few that I personally would maybe put above Spirited Away, but I'm not confident. This is why I get I think I'd have to like sit and like talk about it for a long time to actually make a decision. But I do think that Princess Mononoke is one of the most incredible films ever.
I think it's good, but to me, it falls a little short in some areas, and that's why I want to put it in A.
Well, why does it fall short?
Just some pacing sometimes, and throughout the film, I just didn't think was like on point. I mean, you're gonna put it in S, so put it in S. But I just want it known that to me, it'd probably be like in between A and S, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Well, I'll just hold it there like this.
No, you won't.
Okay, next I have Only Yesterday. I haven't seen Only Yesterday, so I'm gonna move it out of the way. Have you seen that one?
No.
Okay. Tales from Earthsea. Okay. You guys, again, S tier film. I don't know what kind of craziness that they put in Earthsea. Okay, Earthsea is one of the films that's actually based on a book. The author's name is Ursula K. Le Guin, and she is one of the best fantasy writers to have ever lived. She has so much talent in world building and writing. She's such an incredible author. So sad. Rest in peace. But this is so good. But I will say it doesn't hold up to some of the other Ghibli films because I think that it just doesn't quite capture Earthsea just enough.
I think this film sucks.
You are actually crazy. The most I will concede is A tier.
Oh, to me, I'd put this in C or D, if I'm being honest.
You're actually crazy.
I think this is a legitimately like bad movie.
You need to go rewatch it then, because I think you might be losing it.
I don't know.
Go do your homework. I haven't seen My Neighbor the Imadas, which I know it should be legal. Sorry, guys. That was my bad. I haven't seen Ocean Waves either. Have you seen this one?
I might have. I don't remember enough of it to rank it though.
I will say this one is going to get me in trouble. I apologize in advance. I have not seen When Marnie Was There.
Really?
I know I should have. Don't kill me.
You should put that one in A. I really like that one.
Okay.
Or are we really
I listened to the music from When Marnie Was There.
Are we really putting Earthsea in A?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's such a
I will
bad
not
movie.
concede. I will not concede.
So
I'm not putting anything below A tier. Okay, next we have Ponyo. Shout out to my sister. This is her favorite film. She's watched Ponyo so many times. She was a kid when Ponyo came out, and so she would always ask to watch it, and then she'd always want to eat ramen while she watched it, which of course you have to, because that ramen looks so good. Ponyo is really, I think it's a really fun film. I wouldn't say it's one of like Ghibli's best films, but I also wouldn't say that it's like it's the problem for me with Ghibli films is that they're all great. It's just like how great are they, you know?
No, I don't. So, they're not all great.
You're just wrong. Anyways, Ponyo.
B.
I told you nothing is going below A. I have no concept of whether this is better than like When Marnie Is There or not. So I'm going to assume that it's not as good. I'm just going to put it there.
So wait, none of these movies are going below A?
Yes, that is correct.
That doesn't even make sense.
You don't know what you're talking about. It's fine. We're just doing S and A.
No.
Anyways.
You need to put something in B.
No, absolutely not. Pompoko. This film is wild. This film is the craziest film I have ever seen. And excuse my language, I have never seen so many sacks in my entire life. In my entire life, you guys. So this, I don't know if anybody's seen this, but this is about Tanuki, which Tanuki I think are cool, but it's about Tanuki that can use their balls to transform into humans. It's wild, you guys.
I say Tanuki. I want to put this
still a
in.
good film.
I want to put this in B, but you won't let me.
No, I won't. I'll put it here if you want.
I want to put it in B. I want to put Ponyo in B. I want to put
No.
Earthsea in D.
I have control here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know why I'm here.
So we can talk about the films. You've seen Pompoko though, right?
Yes.
There's so many people genuinely that have not seen Pompoko. And I like can't even recommend it because it's such a weird film.
It's almost like you should put it in B.
But it's not a bad film.
Yeah, but it's not an A tier film.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I would argue all of these are S tier, but you're not listening to me, and I'm trying to be nice.
You're not listening to me in any way.
I'm trying to compromise here. Okay, next we have Tale of Princess Kaguya. I cried so hard when I watched this movie. I cried so hard. It's very sad. The music in this, okay, music in all of them are incredible. I can't even pretend. But the music in this film, I think, is really, really good. Shout out to Joe Hisaishi. He's an incredible composer.
Should I even give an opinion, or
yeah? What's your opinion on? I mean, I am gonna put it where I want, but what's your opinion?
A.
Okay, where would you put that in A?
Above Ponyo, that's for sure.
Yeah, but I haven't seen when Marnie was there, so.
I don't like it more than when Marnie was there. I like when Marnie was there more.
Okay, the music where they play like mild spoilers, you guys. The moon procession.
For the Tale of Princess Kaguya.
Yeah, the moon procession music is so good.
Yes, it is.
Okay, next we have The Cat Returns. I am incredibly passionate about how much I love this movie. It is not a sequel, although it does sound like a sequel. Oh wait, no, this one is the sequel. I'm so sorry. I misspoke. The other one is. Wait, hold on. Let me think about this. Whisper. Yes, The Cat Returns mildly references Whisper of the Heart, but it's not a sequel, technically. I had to remember in my head. Anyways, so Cat Returns, obviously I love cats. Love cats. The Baron, which is the name of the cat, the Baron, I have his photo in my bathroom. Like I have a portrait of him. I actually have 2 cats in top hats in my bathroom. That's like my bathroom.
Well, can we put The Cat Returns in Whisper all in one? Like can we sort them?
They're very different films.
I know, but can we to just do it chronologically? Can we do
sure?
one
What's Whisper of the Heart? How do you feel?
A.
Okay. So Whisper of the Heart, I think is such a cozy film. I will agree with A.
It's a very cozy film.
I would like to put it at the top of A.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Cat Returns, I would say just under Whisper of the Heart.
I like The Cat Returns more than Whisper of the Heart.
Okay. I'll agree. Fine. I mean, I don't agree, but like I'm okay with it going above because I like them just about the same. What would you say is your reasoning behind why The Cat Returns is a little bit better?
I don't know. I just enjoy it more.
Yeah, just a little bit more of an adventure versus just like
rather than just the coziness of Whisper. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I rewatch them or like I was in the mood on a certain day, they could change. But off the top of my head, That's where I
Yeah,
would put
I
them.
mean, I think this one is like they are like quality level. I think that they're the same. I think it's just like what you're looking for, right? Because like The Cat Returns is almost like pure like adventure. It is definitely cozy adventure, but it is adventure. Whereas like Whisper of the Heart is like very cozy more than anything. And it's
Which
not. It
is
looks like it's adventure, but it's not. It's just cozy.
yeah,
So
and adventure is definitely what I lean more towards.
yeah, makes sense. Next we have The Secret World of Arietti.
I've never seen it.
Okay. So this film actually like has some it kind of has like a little bit of a special place in my heart. This is one of like the very first dates I ever went on. As I went to go see this in the film or in the theaters. Um so it is kind of special to me. Um I will say I think it's definitely better than Kaguya. Again, I have no concept of when Marnie was there, so I'm just gonna leave it there.
Okay.
Okay. I have not seen From Up on Poppy Hill, which is again my bad.
I haven't seen it either.
The other one I will admit that I have not seen, which might get me in trouble, is The Wind Rises.
The Wind Rises, I would put somewhere around Kaguya.
Okay, above, I assume.
No, I'd put it below probably.
Eh,
I think the music in Kaguya is better.
okay, fair enough. Okay, we'll put it there. Next one is
You can just leave Grave of the Fireflies where it is.
you have to evaluate on the quality of the film, not how
Yeah, I know.
freaking depressing. This
I hate
film,
this.
I have never cried so hard at this film.
I
Like
hate this movie so
this
much. I hate
movie
it.
is
I think it sucks.
so sad. I think that it's a very important story. Um, I
But
think
why?
that
Why do you like everyone talks about how good Grave of the Fireflies is, and I just don't like it.
but the thing is like when people say that they like Grave of the Fireflies, it's not like, hey, I'm having fun. Like this is an enjoyable time, right?
You sound as ridiculous as the people who are like The Last of Us Part 2 isn't supposed to be fun.
I still haven't finished that game, but that's neither here nor there. Listen.
Listen, put it where you're gonna put it. But
Okay.
I want it on record that I don't like it.
I'm gonna put it just under Ponyo.
All right, it could be worse.
Okay, Porco Rosso. I freaking love this movie. It's so good.
Put it in S. Put it in S.
I'm glad we agree with this. I feel like I've like only fought about Porco Rosso because they're like, it's so dumb. It's just about a pig. La la la. Like this movie is so good. And
There's
plus the
there
music is incredible. The vibes, immaculate.
yeah. Yeah, it's fantastic all around.
Absolutely. I'm so glad
Um
that we're on the same page here.
there's
Nausicaa.
there's three others in that we haven't sorted that I would put in S. Nausicaa is not one of them.
I would definitely put. I am going to fight on this. I think that Nausicaa is an S tier film. I think that the world building, like, and the story behind Nausicaa, as well as like the messaging behind Nausicaa, is like incredible. Not to mention like the characters, the art, the music, like everything about Nausicaa. I think is an S tier. Um, I think that this movie
Can
is
we put
incredible.
Nausicaa at the top of A?
No, I will not
Oh,
concede the A.
okay.
I'll put it at the bottom of S, but I will
Okay.
not concede that it's not an S tier. So
Can
it's
we
the S tier.
put Kiki's
Next, we
Delivery
have Kiki's
Service
Delivery Service. Uh-huh.
above Mononoke?
Also, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yes.
I love Kiki's Delivery Service. It's such a good movie.
I love when things reference it.
I do too. I do too. Yeah, Kiki's Delivery Service is, I would say for me, my biggest issue with Kiki's Delivery Service, I did not mean to do that. Anyways, my biggest issue with Kiki's Delivery Service is that I uh don't like the ending.
Really?
Um Yeah, really. I really strongly dislike the ending. Specifically what happens with Gigi. Um
Oh,
It
okay.
really upset me.
Okay.
So that's my only beef with this film, and I want to be very clear. That is like I seriously have beef with the film because of that. But I will say it's like again, vibes are immaculate in this. Like the music, the town, like I just want to live where she's living. Like I want to try
Oh,
the bread. I want to like hang out there. Like I love all of the characters in this film. So good.
the bread, I was like, I would eat that. Like, I'd
It's
eat that
so
bread
good.
every day.
Yeah, you'd never
Um,
leave that bakery, right? You go there
no,
like once a
never.
day.
Never.
Okay, Castle in the Sky. I know a lot of people are fond of this. I love this film, but I will say it's like on the tier list, it's lower for me. How do you feel?
Same.
Okay, how low would you put this?
Oh,
A? I'm
no,
assuming it's A.
yeah, but yeah, right there is about okay.
Okay. My biggest issues I think with Castle in the Sky are I don't love the character, like specifically the girl, the main character. I think that she doesn't I I don't think she adds a lot to the story. And I think
She's
she just
just
kind of
there.
gets dragged around a lot.
Yep,
Um but I do think that like the story behind Castle in the Sky is still really good. Um Fun
I agree.
fact, the
The girl just
name,
kind of,
go ahead.
I said the girl just kind of suffers from like 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 old games where they'd have you escort like a female character around.
Uh-huh.
Apart, like that's what it feels like sometimes, where she's just kind of like hanging out,
Yeah.
but she's not really an important part.
No.
Like, I don't know.
No. She's definitely not. Even though she's like literally like the pivotal piece of the puzzle, like she's not important, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, she's only important for that one thing.
Yep. And I don't even yeah. Anyways, it's very silly. But what I was gonna say is that like the English name is actually based off of the second Howl's Moving Castle book, which is Castle in the Air, not Castle in the Sky, Castle in the Air. Howl's
Oh,
Moving Castle is a trilogy of books. All three of them are incredible.
you want to throw a house moving castle up at ass?
Move Spirited Away.
I like Spirited Away more, but Howl's Moving Castle probably has the best English dub that like
Oh, Christian Bale.
that's like ever existed for one of these
There's my
movies.
girl. Oh!
It's the
Oh!
the English voice cast for Howl's Moving Castle is insane when you look at it. Like,
I will say, you will not catch me passion like out of like not just Ghibli films, but like every film, there's not many films that I'm more passionate about than Howl's Moving Castle. Like this film is truly a masterpiece in every single way, including like some of the throwaway voice lines or what you assume are throwaway voice lines that come back later. Like that I've been looking everywhere for you. Like I cannot get over this film. I love it so much.
it's really good. Character design's fantastic. The VA work, whether you watch it in English or you watch the original in Japanese, is fantastic. Music's great. Everything's great.
Great, you guys. Great. Love it. Last one we have here is My Neighbor Totoro.
S.
It's definitely an S tier film. Now, the question is it like second or third? Because
Um,
I don't think it's better than House Moving Castle, personally.
no.
I also think that
I mean,
go
if
ahead.
we're ranking them on like how good of a movie they actually are, then I'd probably put it third.
Yes.
Because I think Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle are both better complete films than
Yeah, it's just like
Totoro.
the cozy factor of Totoro. Like,
Yeah,
I want to be May laying on his stomach, like, more than anything.
just chilling, just relaxing.
Like, the
Yeah.
thing is like, you can't even tell me that would like, that or riding the cat bus Like literally, what more could you want out of life?
Yeah, she's got it pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, her mom is dying, but
Well, I mean, we're gonna overlook that.
yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, here's what we've got. Personally, I would put The Boy and the Heron probably in the A tier. I would probably put it at the top of A tier. I think The Boy and the Heron is really, really good. I'm so confident we're missing other Ghibli film. That I'm going to Google it because I'm
For me, I'd put Grave of the Fireflies, Earthsea,
You're
Ponyo,
crazy. Don't even say
Ponboko.
it.
I'd put them all in B or below.
Yeah. Okay. So we are missing a couple. So there's Mary and the Witch's Flower, Earwig and the Witch, the Red Turtle. Let me see what else are we missing. Boy and the Heron, Ocean Waves. Oh no. Okay.
Ocean Waves is right there.
I was gonna say. There's a bunch of short films that we're missing as well, but we won't get into that. Like the Ghiblis, I think is a big one. Yeah. Oh, they've done commercials. There is a Ni no Kuni movie.
No, Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni's not good.
They also have like a cat bus movie, but you can't even watch that unless you go to Japan.
Yeah, I was gonna say I never heard of.
Yeah, so the cat bus movie you can watch, but it's only in the Studio Ghibli museum. Like that's legitimately.
Well, you're on the cat bus.
Hey, that would be.
They were smart. They were smart. They have a real cat bus.
Kyle has bad opinions, is what we found out today, you guys.
Bree overrates everything, is what we found out today.
No, I really think that Ghibli is like far and above one of the best studios to ever exist. I think that Hayao Miyazaki is kind of a grump, but
okay.
He has incredible stories, and I think that they do a lot of stuff with their films that a lot of other studios just don't anymore.
Why are you throwing shade at him? What did he do to you?
Dude, did you not see that thing where like a student created an animation? He like went to a college and he was like, this is horrendous. Like he was so mean to that student.
No, I did, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm saying he's just kind of a grump, but
he's just giving his honest opinion. What do you want him to lie to him?
He also hates anime, which is so funny to me.
Yeah.
He's like been on record multiple times that he says that he hates the animation industry. Even though he like Ghibli is like the like part of like the creation of like what made anime so big. He's like he thinks everybody's a degenerate and doesn't like anime.
Well, so half of that statement's true.
And our favorite. So yeah, I'd say that my favorite, just to kind of circle back around, my favorite is going to be Howl's Moving Castle. I think that you could argue maybe Spirited Away would be my favorite, Nausicaa or Princess Mononoke. Those are the three that you could maybe argue, like you could perhaps talk me into it, but I don't think so. I think that Howl's Moving Castle is probably going to be the one that I argue for. I also love the books. I love Diane Wynne Jones. I actually cried when I found out she passed away because like it was like years later. Like I hadn't been keeping track of her, and then like I was like, oh, I wonder when this book is going to come out. And then I like Googled it, and I was like, oh, she passed away, and I like genuinely I cried because those books are so good, and she's such a good author. But yeah, love Howl's Moving Castle.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to know the story. I've never Googled it, but I want to know the story of how like an English novel from like a random author like showed up on like Hayao Miyazaki's desk. And he's like, we're making this into a film. Like, it's such a bizarre connection.
Someone probably translated it and then he read it or something.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Can you imagine like Ghibli being like, can I make a movie out of one of your films? Like the studio's like, hey, we're gonna make a movie. I would throw up, dude.
I'd be like, yes. I'd be like,
I would
done.
throw up. I would be so excited.
It would not take much convincing.
No, it wouldn't take any convincing. I would be like, I'll pay you.
I'll do you one better. I'll pay you. You make it.
they're like, can we pay you like millions of dollars to make this film? I'm like, shut up. I'll give you my money. I'm like poor, have $10. Okay. You know what? Since we're here, I'm gonna add this because this is so topical and I think very appropriate. Adding to my simplest Howl.
Oh.
Because I don't think there's many people that are more attractive than him. Just being honest. He's kind of a brat. He's kind of a bad guy, but he's so attractive. I think he's so handsome.
He's like a likable bad guy though, you know?
Yeah. He's a secret villain that people don't realize is kind of a villain.
He's
I
like
also okay, you know what? I'm gonna add
for.
one other person to this. I'm gonna add Haku.
Big at who?
Haku.
Oh.
I like literally when I was a kid, like I saw Spirited Away when I was very, very young.
I thought you said
and
Baku, and I was like, who is
no,
that?
Bakugo.
Yeah, I was like, is that some weird nickname you have for Bakugo? I'm like, geez.
Anyways, point being, I was very young when I watched Spirited Away, and I cannot tell you like how much I just had the biggest crush on Haku.
His first animated crush.
No, I think my first animated crush was probably Tuxedo Mask.
Oh, from Sailor Moon?
Yeah, probably.
That adds up. Yeah. It makes a lot of sense.
Or you know what? What's his face from Matt from Digimon? That's my first crush for sure.
Out of all the characters, you go with the edgy bad boy.
Yeah.
That literally betrays them at one point because he's such an edgelord.
I thought it was kind of hot.
she's like Matt and Gabumon, let's go. All right. You know,
anyways, I have to add Haku because we're talking about the Ghibli films. I really had the biggest crush on Haku. I think this is one of the things that like we could probably do a topic of the show one time, but it's one of the things that's kind of hard like growing up with anime is that like now Haku is clearly underage, like, and so it's like weird that I have a crush on him, but like
no, he's a fictional character.
I've always had a crush on him, you know? So it's like
he's a fictional character. Yeah. He's a fictional character
it's just unfortunate.
That you were introduced to when you were a child. It's fine.
Yeah, that's the thing is it's like that's the thing that bums me out is that people get weird about it. But it's like I was a kid like when I like was watching this, and so it's so sad to like kind of like outgrow your favorite characters is what I was saying. But yeah, that's a topic for another time. Anyways, anime of the week. Do you have any recommendations for this week?
Yeah, Miss Vampire in my neighborhood.
You guys, I've been waiting for this one to recommend to you guys because I always would say another one and then remember that I wanted to say this other one. So there's this anime, and I'm not being hyperbolic. I have never laughed as hard at an anime as this one. Crying. Had to pause the show because I was laughing so hard I started getting sick. There's this show called Haven't You Heard? I'm Sakamoto. And this show is so stupid. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's not like the most intense storytelling you've ever seen, but it's this guy that's just like literally is just he's like ridiculous. So cool.
Yeah, that's what he is. Cool.
That's what the narrator said. He's like cool, cooler, coolest.
She's using cool in like quotation marks.
Yes. So it's about this kid who has the reputation for being the coolest kid, but he like literally isn't doing it on purpose. Like, and like he doesn't even notice that everybody thinks he's cool. So it's basically like this comedy sketch anime, like, and it's like
it's dumb fun.
It's so stupid and it's so funny. It's so funny. I would argue that this is funnier than the Ghost Stories dub. Not in terms of ridiculousness, but in terms of just like pure funny. So good. Like the kids playing volleyball, like being like, "Oh, there." You guys, I could talk about this anime forever. The guy like accidentally getting a crush. Have you seen the whole thing, Kyle?
No,
Have you seen the one
no,
where they try to get the teacher?
no, I haven't. All right, she clearly likes it. So
It's so funny. It's so funny. I'll tell you guys one skit. It's not the best one, but it's the one that it will not leave my head. So this kid starts a fire in one of the teacher's offices or rooms or whatever. Um, and Sakamoto is in the room with him, but there's like a broom at the door, so they can't slide the door back open. So they're like locked in this room that's like literally on fire, like about to die. And he starts doing this dance thing where he's like almost like capoeira, where he's like jumping from foot to foot, and the guy's like, "Oh, we're doing some like ritual." Like the other guy thinks that they're doing some sort of like dance ritual, and so he starts doing this like jumping back and forth with him. Like, and what ends up happening is that they're actually above the teacher's lounge, so all he's trying to do is make noise so that the teachers come and save them. That's all that's happening, but the guy thinks he's so cool because his like shirt is partially off and he's like jumping back and forth and like dancing. It's so funny. It's so funny. Please watch this show. That's my recommendation of the week. Come back. Tell me how it was. Tell me how hard you laughed. Tell me if you threw up from laughing because I almost did. So good.
do the rigmarole.
That's where we're headed. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Really appreciate your viewership, listenership, however you're consuming this. Most of you, I think, are viewing it. But special shout out to our current patrons. We have Alpaca Tom, Fabulous Breanna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai at Night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, David Hotwright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Expansion Pass, Lee Navarro, Silicana, and Ellery Woods Parker III. Thank you guys so much for your support. Also, come join the Discord because Tom has grown his hair out and it's looking really good. So you could come check that out in the Discord. But
I told him to shave it and grow a beard.
what? You're crazy. I think that his hair looks really good long. He's got those like really nice curls, you know?
Yeah, but he
Thank
could
you
look
guys for
like
hanging out.
Kratos.
No. Kyle, where can people find you?
Discord.
Yay! You can find me at Fabulous Breanna, FABULISTBREANNA. I hope you have a good week, and we will see you next week when I don't know what we talk about.